ruleth well his own house.
Read that again.
One that ruleth well his own house.
A leader is supposed to rule his house.
That's right.
What tribe are you? Issachar? Mexican?
That's
This is the tribe of Issachar. That's your tribe. You got books proving that the Mexicans come from Issachar. Documents and everything. Read that.
This also this issue is called Omelec.
It's called what?
Omelec.
What is that? Oh wow.
Olmec.
No, Olmec. Yes. We don't.
Hebrews chapter 8 verse 11. And they shall not teach every man.
Read it in Hebrews 8 verse 12. Listen.
Verse 12. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness.
God says he will be merciful to our unrighteousness. What does unrighteousness mean? Our sin, our evil. God will have mercy on our unrighteousness
And their sins and their iniquities.
and their iniquity. So, for an example, go to Hebrews 10 now and 28. Back in the Old Testament, like Officer Gideon was saying, it was death. You died. If you were sinning, you got put to death. That's what it was. That was the Old Testament. Watch.
Hebrews chapter 10 verse 28. He that despised Moses' law.
He that despised, like many of our people today, they despise the Old Testament. That's why in church, what book do we usually read in church? The New Testament.
Yes.
Because they, read that again?
He that despised Moses' law.
A lot of our people despise Moses. Read on.
Died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses.
So if you despise Moses' law, you died by 2 or 3 witnesses. So for an example, if you committed adultery and he saw it, and I saw it, the judgment was what? You had to die. That's where America gets the death penalty system from. The death penalty criteria is they have to be seen, like if somebody made a mass murderer and there was 3 people that saw it or more, that's how they decide to give you the death penalty. You understand?
I saw the convention.
So they got that from where? The Bible.
Right.
You understand that?
Right.
American laws is based off the Bible. That's right. So read that again.
Hebrews chapter 10 verse 28. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses.
2 or 3 witnesses. Read on.
Of how much sorer punishment.
Now, when you believe in Christ now, the judgment and the punishment is going to be even worse. I'm going to explain it. Read it again.
Of how much sorer punishment.
How much sorer punishment. The Old Testament was sore. This one is sorer punishment. Read on.
Suppose shall he be thought worthy who has trodden under foot the Son of God?
Meaning Christ died for our sin. So if we know that Christ died for us and we continue to sin, it was like we stepped on the Messiah. That's what that's saying.
Right.
That's what that means. Read that again. Yep.
Suppose he shall he be thought worthy who had trodden underfoot the Son of God.
So basically, trodden down means you walked on. So that's like disrespecting Christ when we don't keep the commandments. That's what they're saying.
Right.
Because he offered his life to die. So when the church say you don't got to keep the law, they're wicked. That's what it's being wicked. Now, when you mention grace, grace does not mean you don't have to keep the commandments, but the church say we're under grace. Grace is a certain dispensation of time for you to get yourself together. For example, if you like the bank loan example, they give you a grace period to pay back the loan. For example, when I had to buy my apartment, I had to borrow X amount of dollars. And they said you have to pay it back in a year. Now, if that year goes by, and it becomes 2 years, they give me a grace period time and say, listen, you got to pay this back or we're going to take your property or we're going to take your house or we're going to take your car. That's what grace is. That does not mean you don't have to pay it back. You still got to pay it back. But they're just giving you more time to get it together.
Right.
That's all it's saying. So when Christ died, he gave the nation of Israel a chance. And how long has it been? It's been past 2,000 years. So if you really think about it, there's been a lot of time for us to get it together. It's still early. So read that again.
Of how much sore punishment, suppose he, shall he be thought worthy, who had trodden underfoot the Son of God, and has counted the blood of the covenant.
So you're basically, the blood of the covenant was worthless and meaningless to you. That's what they're saying. So the Old Testament was death. The New Testament, when Christ come back, the judgment is going to be so bad. It's going to be way worse than Moses. Moses judged your flesh. Christ is going to judge your soul. That's the difference. You understand that? I'm going to say it again. Moses judged your flesh. Christ is going to judge your soul. That's the difference. And we don't want to get... There's a scripture that says, they shall know it by pain. I don't know where it is. Read that again.
Of how much sore punishment
that is. Second Ezra.
Chapter 9 and like 16.
Yeah, something like that. Read that again.
Of how much sore punishment, suppose he, shall he be thought worthy?
I'll give you an example of the punishment. Give me Isaiah 66 or 68. Read that, the last verse. So read it, because a lot of our people, if they don't change their ways before Christ returns, it's going to die. Our job as Israelites, we're going to teach you, change your ways. Men, take care of your family. The problem with the black community is the black man is not taking care of his family.
Right here.
He's leaving his wife, his kid, and he's scared. He's a fearful black man. We're not, a lot of our brothers call ourselves men, but in our mind, we're still children. Grown men for hours playing NBA 2K16. Come on. Hours. Talking about, did you see Steph Curry? Oh God, Steph Curry. Yeah. How come every time I gotta talk to a black man, it gotta be about sports? That's the only thing we can talk about is sports.
Sports and play. Anything.
Yo, did you see LeBron James dunk on Ray John Rondo? Like, I don't care. I want to talk about. I want to talk about. Listen, how can we get our families together? How can we lead the people? Not about Steph Curry.
No, seriously, we don't talk about
read that again.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 24.
Then you got to the older brothers. Well, forget about Steph Curry. What about Dr. J and Michael Jordan? It's the same thing. The older brothers and the young brothers got the same mentality. That's why we do not. You think the Arabs talk about Michael Jordan? The Arabs are talking about, listen, we're going to build these shops in black neighborhoods and how we're going to make their money. The Chinese say, listen, look, we're going to let's make Chinese restaurants and let's feed them chicken. Look, chicken. Let's feed them chicken. The white man that says, let's conquer the world. While these niggas is talking about Stephen Curry. Read that again.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 24. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men.
So the Bible says when Christ come back, we're going to see the carcasses, the dead bodies of men. Read on.
Of the men that have transgressed against me.
Meaning, if you're not keeping no law, you're going to be on the displays, on the death display of men who didn't keep the commandments. So, as brothers in this truth, we got to be leaders. We cannot be little boys anymore. The child mentality must go. All of us have some type of immaturity in us where we're purging out. All of us over here is not perfect, but we're striving for perfection. That's what we were trying to tell the older brother. So my point is, give me Timothy 3:1. Listen good. This is the qualifications of a leader. All right. 1 Timothy 3:1. Listen good.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This is a true saying.
But y'all know what I'm talking about. What is the main conversation in the barbershop? Sports. Sports and hoes. And that's the conversation in the barbershop.
That's the bottom line.
Sport, hoes, clothes, and sports.
That's the bottom
There's
line.
nothing about leadership. There's nothing about nothing. There's no
not going on.
That's the point. 1 Timothy 3:1.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1.
In video games. We don't.
This is a true saying.
This is a true saying. What we're about to say, what the Bible is about to say is a true saying. Meaning, there's nothing wrong about what's about to be said. Read on.
If a man desire the office of a bishop.
Now the bishop is the leader of the people. That's a bishop. Back in the old time, a bishop would be the general of an army. He'll be the captain or the commander of the army. You understand? That's a bishop. Read that again.
This is a true saying. If a man desires the office of a bishop, he desires a good work.
So if you want to be a leader, you have to desire good works. Good works mean keeping the laws of God. Read on.
A bishop then must be blameless.
A bishop must be blameless because in the Bible, there are 144,000 leaders. They are the bishops of the planet Earth. That's right. So read that again.
A bishop then must be blameless.
So if you're a bishop, you got to be blameless. Blameless meaning nobody can say nothing bad about you. You have nobody can bring up accusations in terms of like they can't say, oh, remember he did this, remember he did that, remember down the block he slept with that whole Trisha. You know, whatever. My point is, you gotta be blameless. Read on.
The husband of one wife.
So the first thing of a leader, he has to be a husband of one wife. One wife. The Bible teaches one wife. Right. So a bishop must have one wife. Read on.
Vigilant.
Vigilant meaning aware of his people. He's a like you ever seen superheroes? They're called vigilantes, meaning they know things before the cops even know. They're aware of their people. They know the conditions. Read on.
Sober.
Sober meaning you cannot smoke weed. You cannot be getting drunk. You can drink, but you can't get drunk. You can't smoke weed. You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't smoke crack and do pills and all of that. That's what and Molly and with all these other drugs that a lot of our people are getting caught on. That's different. Like aspirin, that's fine.
Of good behavior.
The Bible talks about honor the physician. So if it's dealing with the medical field, that's different. This is not talking about the medical field. This is talking about things not to do as a leader. Read that again.
Sober, of good behavior.
You gotta have good behavior. What is good behavior? You gotta be able to conduct yourself around your family, around public. You gotta have good behavior. You can't be a fighting brother all the time, cursing people out. You gotta have good behavior. Read on.
Given to hospitality.
Read on.
Apt to teach.
You gotta be able to teach the Bible. You gotta know the history. You gotta know the law. You gotta know the prophecy. That's a bishop. You gotta know the Bible. You can't be walking around talking garbage. Read on.
Not given to wine.
Not given to wine, meaning you always in the liquor store. You always drinking. The leader's not supposed to do that. Read on.
No striker.
You can't be a striker, meaning punching people in the face. Like that's, remember we watched the movie, I mean you see on the news, they playing the knockout game. You're not supposed to be doing that. What else?
Not greedy of filthy lucre.
Not greedy of filthy lucre. Filthy lucre is money that you achieved doing illegal stuff. Filthy lucre like selling drugs. A leader is not supposed to sell drugs. Extortion. You're not supposed to do that. Like a pastor teaching the people to give them tithes. That's wicked. But patient. You gotta be patient with your, like with the brother. We was patient with him. We could have said just leave. We don't got time for it. But we're patient with our people. Read on.
Not a brawler.
Not a brawler. Read on.
Not covetous.
Not covetous. Read on.
One that ruleth well his own house.
Read that again.
One that ruleth well his own house.
A leader is supposed to rule his house.
That's right.
Meaning, his wife obeys what he says.
That's right.
The problem with the black family and the Hispanic family, the woman runs the house. That leads to, like you say, anarchy. That's exactly what it leads to.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will ensure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates on our YouTube channels. Shalom.